Well, thank you very much, everyone, and thank you very much for inviting me along here today. And I just want to reflect for a second on that really powerful testimony we heard from Michelle earlier about the negative influence of SATs and the time spent preparing for the test is time wasted. And that really reminded me actually of a couple of years ago, I was talking to a head teacher in North Yorkshire as the government was talking about introducing baseline tests. And I think she surprised herself, but also really educated me when she started talking about how fearful she was about the damage they do, and actually found herself virtually bursting into tears at the thought of the damage. And that's what our education system, what our system is forcing teachers who care very deeply, head teachers who care very deeply, into just impossible situations. Now, I've always been pleased to back more than a score. Green Party policy has long been to abolish the baseline tests, abolish stats, abolish Ofsted, restore the continuous assessment at GCSEs and A level. We all know that Finland, everyone says, gosh, isn't Finland wonderful as a model of teaching, and then goes the opposite direction. But I think the arguments now are just utterly overwhelming in the age of COVID-19. Again, quoting Michelle saying, all stresses need to be kept to a minimum. There's so many pressures on our young people and our students. And if we think about, we are not a healthy society now in all kinds of ways. Students are stressed by the poverty and inequality, the inadequate housing they face at home. They're terribly concerned. I meet lots of young climate strikers, even primary age climate strikers, who are really concerned about the climate emergency and the nature crisis. We have a real mental health crisis, and then we've piled on top of that COVID. And the last thing we need, particularly next year, is the stress of exams. I can kind of feel like I can say this as an individual because I used to be really good at exams. I'm not proud about that because it meant that I actually got good marks in lots of subjects that I knew almost nothing about because all I did was pass the exam. And I think it's crucial for the future of the mental health of our children, for the future health of our society, for the actual education of our children, that we free teachers from teaching to the test, allow them to care for and educate their pupils, and prepare them for the really difficult world that they're going out into. Thanks very much.